The first round of the NFL draft is behind us, and I really did enjoy it. But I also enjoyed the 50K to first contest that we had in the League of Legends last night. That was not a joke in the video from yesterday. And also, we have another 50K to first 2-game League of Legends slate, and we have a couple of days of the draft, or rounds of the draft, second and third rounds, to go as well tonight. So, although we are all cooped up on our houses, the pandemic, there is some fun stuff going on tonight. Get into the League of Legends streets. Make sure to be watching some of the draft, enjoying your picks. If you are, like me, a Green Bay Packers fan, you, without question, had the worst first-round pick, and I understand the long-term aspects and look of it from the general management side, but I don't understand the pick at all, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about Gimgoon, Funplex Phoenix, Edward Gaming, T1, and Gen Esports, the playoffs, the League of Legends, the LCK, the LPL. Let's get into this video. What's up, everybody? Sal Vetri, and thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. If you can, for a few seconds right now, just hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. If you are a subscriber of mine, and you have been, and most of you, the 1,500 to 2,000 of you that watch this, likely already are a subscriber of mine. If you're not, what are you waiting for? Hit that notification bell as well. It does help me out, and also it will notify you of when these videos go up, because I will be releasing more and more content, especially with Call of Duty coming, and some other sports going to be added in the near future once they get back up and running in the coming months of the summer. I will also call out that this video is sponsored by Monkey Knife Fight. If you have not yet deposited on Monkey Knife Fight, what are you waiting for? You deposit $10, right? They'll give you $15. I'll give you my League of Legends course as well, so that's a $30 value. Or if you want to deposit $50, they'll give you $50. They'll match it up to 100%. It's a player props type site. They have free modes over there right now for the NFL draft, and then they have the esports content that you can use my tools on Patreon, or you can just use these videos for free and go ahead and dominate them. So go ahead, check that out. Monkey Knife Fight's a ton of fun. The people over there are great. It's the fastest growing DFS site in the entire North American continent. So thank you for being here. Thank you for checking out Monkey Knife Fight, hitting that subscribe button. Let's get into this video. 2 games tonight. Biggest favorite on the slate, Funplex Phoenix. That's usually what you're used to when they're on the slate. If you're new here, they're a very good team. Funplex Phoenix, a minus 370 favorite tonight. And like I said, they're a very good team. And the reason being is because Funplex Phoenix is actually coming in with 15.2 kills per contest at this time. 15.2 kills per contest, if you are not aware, is very, very good. It's by far the most on this slate that you're actually going to be able to witness today. But they also do die a lot. So if you want to look at how many times that they're going to be dying, 10.7 times per contest is tied for the most in the slate. You have the 2 teams that produce the most kills, and the LPL is the China League, the LCK is the South Korean League. The teams that are competing in the LPL tonight are Funplex Phoenix and Edward Gaming in their matchup. They both average the most kills in the slate, 15.2 for Funplex Phoenix and 13.8 for Edward Gaming. The matchup between the LCK, the Korean League, where there's not as much killing, is between T1 and then you're also going to have Gen Esports. And that matchup is T1 averages 11.8 kills per contest, Gen Esports averages 12.3 kills per contest, and neither of them die all that often, both dying only 7.8 times per contest. That's not that great. That's not that encouraging. So yes, yet again, stacking the LPL side of it. Now you can't full on stack on DraftKings 4-3 and or on FanDuel a game stack, but going 4-2-1 to me makes a lot of sense today. I do think that there's going to be upside in taking, let's say, a 4-man stack of Funplex, a 2-man stack of Edward Gaming on the opposite side of that, which not many people might think to do on a 2-game slate, maybe a little bit more than usual, but doing that and then taking a one-off from maybe T1 as the 167 favorite, taking a one-off from their 80 carry or mid lane spot, who is technically going to be a higher score, win or lose, and going with that type of a build. So at the top lane position, yes, Gimgoon all the way up at the top, 6,400. These price points are going to be very favorable. Just keep an eye on and make sure that Gimgoon is starting. Gimgoon has been starting as of late, 2.7 kills per contest, 5.7 assists per contest. But I also think any side that you want to go on the opposite side, if it is a die, if it is Gino, whoever's going to be starting for Edward Gaming, make sure to get a piece of that as well. I think that you can easily go with a 2-man stack of Edward Gaming on the opposite side of your 4-man stacks of Funplex Phoenix if you're playing just 1 to 5 lineups. And then yeah, whoever does start at the top lane for Edward Gaming would be my second in line behind Gimgoon. And then if I had to give you a third option, for me personally, it would be Canna from T1. Just produces the most assists on the contest on the slate at a top laners, produces the most kill participation. So that would be my order at the top lane. Funplex Phoenix, Edward Gaming, T1, and then Gen Esports. I'm not going to cross anybody out. Gen Esports actually has the best kill death ratio on the slate, although the volume of their kills is not a lot, but 1.59 kill death ratio, pretty good damage control as a team, and pretty good lane exposure and lane control. Doin B at the top. Doin B is fantastic, 7,600. So you do see expensive price points relatively, but a minus 370 favorite for Doin B, who's averaging 4.4 kills per contest, by far the most in this slate, 6.8 assists per contest, by far the most, and damage percentage, how much damage is actually being caused here. It gives you an idea that those numbers and kills and assists are going to be stable. 30.2%, only player to go above 27.5% on the slate. Doin B is by far the number 1 mid lane option on the slate. If you want to get different, you do have Scout. Scout is literally $6,800 at mid lane. averages the second most kills per contest on the slate. It's right now averaging the second highest damage percentage on the slate, second highest creep score, and it's $6,800. Stacking a 4-2 stack of the LPL Funplex Phoenix versus Edward Gaming is going to be in play today for me. And yes, you can stack the 4-man side of it if you indeed want to go to Edward Gaming. So yes, I feel comfortable doing that. No issues at all doing that. It's an interesting stack to go. 4-man stack of Funplex Phoenix, 2-man stack of Edward Gaming, and then taking the team from T1 if you think T1 is going to win. Just taking their team position and going with that. I think that makes a lot of sense on these 2-game slates. Support players, I'm not going to have a really strong stance here. They're all under $6,000. Crisp is going to be by far the best scoring player. In victories, Crisp is going to average around 15 points more than anybody else in the slate. By far leads the slate in assists per contest, kill participation, all of those stats that you can look at. You have to see who starts for Gen Esports. Kellen and Life have been splitting it. If it is Life, that's a pretty solid play right there at just $5,000. Life does offer a lot of upside. Leader in damage percentage on the slate at 8.8%. Second in assists, only behind Crisp, and 0.8 kills per contest is tied for the lead with effort. So I would be going Crisp here, tier 1 of his own. Miko from Edward Gaming probably second. Life if Life gets to start, and then effort in that order when you factor in price. I will also point out that I do have projections over on Patreon for the EU Masters, for these League of Legends slates. Every single League of Legends slate that is a main slate, I will have projections for. So EU Masters, I'm not going to do videos on them because not a lot of traction there. They're at weird times. But right now, I have projections going up for those. I have models going up for CSGO. Everything pretty much is going out there. The iRacing, the Call of Duty, everything that's happening, Rocket League when that's on, all the League of Legends stuff. You want to support me, independent content creator, hit the link down below. You can check out Patreon if you want to get that information. It is very helpful for people. About 300 people over there using it. There's a community. There's a Discord as well, which is not free to the public. It used to be, but then it took a lot of time out of my hands just trying to monitor it. But if you want to join the community and the Discord over there as well, you can. Right now, we head over to the AD carry spot. So AD carry spot, you're actually having a good amount of AD carries in the slate that makes sense. Hope and LWX from the same exact game. It's hard to get away from them. I think this is the exact strategy you should do, and a lot of people will be doing it, but try and get different elsewhere. If you can somehow have Edward Gaming as your 4-man stack, say that they go with an upset here, you'll probably be different naturally, but then also have LWX from Funplex Phoenix in your AD carry spot. I would never recommend this on like a 4 to 5 to 6 game slate or even a 3-game slate, but on a 2-game slate, I think it makes sense. Damage percentage for Teddy is going to look good and Ruler, but their overall kill numbers are not going to look that great, and neither team dies that often. You have a matchup between Funplex Phoenix and Edward Gaming where both teams are dying the most in the slate, both teams dying well more than the LCK matchup today. That's probably where I'm going to be ending up going. I have right now, in terms of my interest when you factor in price, LWX, well actually I'm going to go Hope, LWX in that order, and then you can just pick between the other game. I'm not too thrilled with either of those options in that game. It's a tier of their own between LWX and Hope. Jungler, no, not crazy pricings for the junglers. Like $7,000 for Tian is the most expensive jungler, which you don't usually see. You usually see a little bit higher than that. So Tian, 2.9 kills per contest is completely fine. Keep an eye on who starts for Edward Gaming. Whoever does start, I'll have the second most interest in them there. And then I do like Clyde from Gen Esports over T1's options, whether it's Cuz or Elim. You're getting 2.9 kills per contest out of Tian, 14% damage percentage as the highest projected, most likely, but also highest scoring player on the slate in victories. If GG was to start for Edward Gaming, I'd have a lot of interest there as well. Probably the best in the 14-game sample we have, best jungler on the slate, and ends up being the cheapest jungler. The only downside is junglers and losses won't score as much. Your AD carry, well, your mid lane and then your AD carry in that order in losses is where you want to target. So those type of players in your lineup, if you were building a 4-2 stack thinking that Edward Gaming loses, I would go with trying to get the mid lane and or AD carry into that lineup. All 4 of these teams will be in my player pool. I'm not going to cross out any teams on this 2-game slate like we did the other day, but obviously I'm going to be favoring Funplex Phoenix, probably Gen Esports, and then most likely Edward Gaming. You know what? It's hard to say. I think all these teams are fine to get to. The upside in T1 versus Gen Esports is that their game likely lasts longer, so they don't develop a ton of kills per round. But if the game lasts longer, they can pick up just more points in scoring that way. I would rank it Funplex Phoenix on their own up top. I do think your 4-man stacks or even your 3-man stacks can include a team in there. If you wanted to get different with Funplex Phoenix, you're just leaving a lot on the table at that point, even on a 2-game slate. But yeah, all 4 of these teams are in play for me. I'm not going to get away from either of them. It's a quick video because it's just a 2-game slate. I'm going to get this up as soon as I can. But if you watch the entire video, let me know in the comment section down below. Really want to engage more with all of you in the League of Legends space. Please do hit the subscribe button and also hit that little notification bell. It helps me out generating more traffic into these videos. Let me know what you think of the new thumbnails. Follow me on Twitter with any questions at DFS. Appreciate you tuning into this one. I will see you all in the next one.